What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be learning how to actually use dictionaries in an applicable sense in Python. In the last two videos, we did learn all about creating them. So now that we know how to create a dictionary, we can also we can start using the already created dictionaries to solve problems. Now, in this lesson, we're going to be able to learn how to use a key to get a value from a dictionary, check for in existence of keys, and iterate through keys and values in dictionaries. So first we'll learn how to get a key. Now, once you have a dictionary, you can access the values in it by providing the key. For example, let's imagine we have a dictionary that maps buildings to their heights in meters. We'll say Burj Khalifa is 828 meters. Shanghai Tower is 632 meters. And you have more, right? And then we can access the data like so. We can do building heights at Burj Khalifa print stat. So you see that it's similar to lists. Like if you need something, you simply just put in the key. If you need the value, you put in the key of the dictionary, and you get the value out of it. So we have provided a dictionary that maps the elements of astrology to the zodiac signs. Print out the list of zodiac signs associated with the earth element. Okay, so we can just do print, and all we need to do is type in zodiac elements at position earth, and we should get all of the ones that are here. And then we can print out the fire ones as well. Same thing. Instead of earth, you just put fire. You have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, like so. And then to get an invalid key, so let's say we have our dictionary of the building heights from the last exercise. And what if we wanted to know the height of the landmark 81 in Ho Chi Minh City? We can try print building heights landmark 81, but landmark 81 does not exist as a key in the buildings. So this will throw an error, so key error. One way to avoid this error is to first check if the key exists in the dictionary. Now we can do this by doing key to check landmark 81, and then if key to check in building heights, print that, right? So this will not throw an error because key to check in building heights will return false, so it will never try to access the key. So review the code in the editor and predict what the output will be. Run the code to see if it correct. All right. So we have zodiac signs, we have water, fire, earth, air. Energy is not one of them, so it's probably going to give a key error. Yup. Key error, energy. There you go. Now, because energy is not a key in the zodiac elements, a key error is thrown in the terminal. Using an if statement, check if the energy is a key in zodiac elements. Nest the print statement within the if statement so that it will print or it will execute only if it's in there. So if energy in zodiac elements, then we print this out. Probably because we spelled it wrong. There you go. Okay. Now add the key energy to the zodiac elements, and it should map to a value of not a zodiac element. Okay. So we'll do energy and it maps to not a zodiac. Oops. E's under lowercase. There you go. So that's how we just created a key right there, a key and a value right there. So pretty straightforward. Um, that's really how to make sure that you don't get an invalid key if you just place a conditional there. And then how do we safely get a key? Well, we saw in the last exercise that we had to add a key value pair to a dictionary in order to avoid a key error. Now, this solution is not sustainable. We cannot predict every key a user may call and add all of the placeholders with our dictionary. Now, dictionaries have a .get method to search for a value instead of the myDict and then key notation that we have been using. So if the key you're trying to use does not exist, it will just return none by default. So if we do .get Shanghai Tower, it will give us the meters of the Shanghai Tower. But if you're trying to look for the height of your house, well, it doesn't have it here, so it's just going to return none. So you can also specify a value to return if the key doesn't exist. For example, you might want to return a building height of 0 if our building is not in the dictionary. So this will just print the correct one because Shanghai Tower is in that dictionary. Now Mount Olympus will not, and you placed a 0 by placing a comma there. So now that we know, it's just going to print a 0. And then we can also print no value also. So the second parameter you put in there, you can actually decide what to print out. If you want a 0 or if you want to put in no value, you can do that like so. Now let's go ahead and use the .get to get the value of the Terracotta user's ID with 100,000 as a default value if the user does not exist. Stored in the value called tc_id, print tc_id to the console. Alright, so first, let's go ahead and do user IDs.get. And we're looking for a Terracotta. And we just print out 100,000 if we don't have it. And we'll set it equal to TCID. Okay. And then print out TCID. So print TCID. There you go. So since it's in there, it prints out 100,019, right? Now let's try to get a key that doesn't exist. Use the .get. So the same thing, okay? Basically same thing here we did. But now we have stack ID. Stack ID, right? Yeah, we set it to stack ID. And we want to get the super stack smash, like so. And we just print out 100,000 since we don't have their user ID because they don't exist in this dictionary. Pretty straightforward there. Now, how do we delete a key? Well, sometimes we want to get a key and remove it from the dictionary completely. So imagine we're trying to run a raffle and we have this dictionary mapping ticket numbers to prices. So we'll do like ticket number, this huge number, you get a teddy bear. This one you get concert tickets, this one you get a gift basket, this one you get a necklace, and then pasta maker, like tickets and then the gift, right? So we when we get a ticket number, we want to return the price and also remove that pair from the dictionary. Since the price has been given away, we can use the .pop method to do this. Just like with the .get, we can provide a default value to return if the key does not exist in the dictionary. So we can do print and then raffle.pop and no price. So it prints that, print raffle, and then it prints everything else except the gift basket since it's been popped. So you can continuously do that and keep popping out the stuff there. So the syntax for that is just going to be the name of the dictionary .pop and then the key value and then whatever your second parameter you want to return, right? So the .pop works to delete items from a dictionary when you know the key value. Now you're designing a video game, Big Rock Adventure. We have provided a dictionary of items that are in the player's inventory which add points to their health meter. In one line, add the corresponding value of the key stamina gains to the health points variable and remove it from the item stamina gains from the dictionary. If the key does not exist, add 0 to the health points. Okay, so it says in one line, add the corresponding line to the health points variable and remove it from the stamina and remove the item stamina grains. Okay, so the health points plus equals copy this .pop and we have stamina grains or 0. There you go. Alright, perfect. In one line, add the value of power stew to health points and remove it from the dictionary. If the key does not exist, add 0 to health points. So basically everything we did here. Instead, we just make it power stew. Now in one line, add the value of mystic bread to health points, remove the item. If it does not, yes, same thing, same exact thing here. Instead, it's going to be called mystic bread. So mystic bread. Alright, and then print the available items and the health points. So print available items and then print the health points as well. So this is the available items left. We have health potion, cake of the cure, green elixir, strained sandwich, and our new health went from 20 to 65. This is because we added 30 and then we also added 15, so we gained 45 points, right? So that's why it's 65 now. Sometimes we want to operate on all of the keys in a dictionary. For example, if we have a dictionary of students in a math class and their grades, let's say Grace 80, 72, 90, Jeffrey was 88, 68, 81, Sylvia was 80, 82, and all of that. And we want to get a roster of the students in the class without including their grades. Well, we can do this by using the built-in list function, right? Now, we can do this by doing the print list and then test scores, which will just return the names of the students there, right? So dictionaries also have a .key method that returns a dict keys object. A dict keys object is a view object, which provides a look at the current state of the dictionary without the user being able to modify anything. The dict keys object returned by the .keys is a set of keys in the dictionary. You cannot add or remove elements from the dict keys object, but it can be used to place in the place of a list for iteration. So we can do this by doing for student and test scores .keys, we can print out student, right? So this will yield Grace, Jeffrey, Sylvia. So it will return their names like so, right? Now let's go ahead and create a variable called users and assign it to be a dict keys object. So equals user IDs dot keys. I believe the function is called keys, right? Dot keys. Okay. Now create a variable called lessons and assign it to be a dict keys object of all the keys of the num exercises dictionary. Okay, num exercises dot keys. Now print users to the console. Okay, print users. So we get all of the users and then print the lessons. And we get all the lessons as well. So the main takeaway from this is basically that you can use the dot keys function to get a object, right? A dictionary keys object that you can't modify at all. You cannot change that. But so you would need to check, or you can't really modify it, right? So you would simply just iterate through it and get the stuff, but you can't really change anything in it. Now get all the values. So dictionaries have a dot values method that returns a dict values object, just like the dict keys, but for values. With all of the values in the dictionary, it can be used in the place of a list for iteration. So you have test scores equals Grace, Jeffrey, Sylvia, Pedro, Martin, and Dina. So we do for score list in test scores dot values. It'll return everything here. There's no built-in function to get all the values as a list, but if you really want to, you can use list test scores dot values. However, for most purposes, the dict values object will act the way you want a list to act. Now create a variable called total exercises. Total exercises equals 0. Set it equal to 0. And then iterate through the values in the num exercises and add all of the values to the total exercises. So I'll do 4 exercises in num exercises dot values. Can do total exercises plus equals exercises like so. Now print the total exercises in the console. Yeah, it doesn't let me type in the console, so we'll do print total exercises. And we go 115. So we just added all of the values inside of that dictionary and printed it out. Pretty straightforward. Now, how do we get all items? So we've learned how to get all keys, how to get all values. Now, you can get both the keys and values with the dot items method. Like the dot keys and the dot values, it returns a dict list object. Now, each element of a dict list object is a tuple consisting of a key and a value, like an ordered pair with the key and a value, right? So to iterate through, you can use this syntax. So we have big brands, we have Apple, Google, Microsoft, Coca-Cola, Amazon. For company value, in biggest brands items, print company has a value of, and then value $1 billion. So yeah, you can just use items to get all of them. So use a for loop to iterate through the items of the PCT woman and occupation. For each key value pair, print out a string that looks like women make up percent of, okay. All right, so we'll do for key value in, I would write it out, but you know, like, why waste that extra time, right? Dot items, and we simply do this. We simply do print women makeup plus value plus percent of plus okay. Aerospace engineers. Oh, plus, we've got an S at the end, and an S and a period. Okay, women make up 9%. Engineering managers. Women make up 9%. Oh, yeah, no space like that. Okay, women make up 9% of aerospace engineers. Oh, the P is lowercase. There you go, perfect. So there's some formatting issues, but yeah, basically you run through this entire thing. It's much easier than it looks on here. So what we did for key and value in the dictionary, the items, meaning we're using all of them, right? Both the key and the value. And then we just format it to print out women make up something percent of the actual occupation. Some formatting here, and then we get women make up 28% of CEOs, 9% of engineering managers, 58% of pharmacists, 40% of physicians, 37% of lawyers, 9% of aerospace engineers. Pretty straightforward there, but I'm going to end it right here. In the next video, we'll be doing the review and the quiz. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, and have a fantastic day or night wherever you may be. Subscribe if you're new. If you're looking for opportunities or internships, check out the top link in the description. But without further ado, see you in the next one. Have a fantastic one.